Great evening to you all. Great evening. Well, aren't we all glad to be here tonight? It is most wonderful because opportunities happen when you show up unexpectedly. I'm certain you were told you were here for a financial meeting, right? You weren't told you were going to be here in front of a clown like myself, right? Huh? Well, guess what? You've got to put up with me for the next few minutes, whether you like it or not. I'm hoping that you get at least one thing out of tonight. Something that may benefit you and your family as well as your friends. Doesn't that sound like a deal? But if you get two things out of this tonight, then you're on a roll. Because if you make it three, you're set. You've got a grand slam. All right? Now, I remember a year ago when I was sitting there and what I was asking myself. But before I go into that, a year before I started to research because I wanted to invest. And I started asking myself, how can I best research into how can I invest? Because most of us don't know how to invest. We know that the stock market exists. And we know what a 401k is supposed to do, as well as the banks. But do you really know what they're about? So as I started to research, one of the first questions I came across in my research was, David, what are you doing now to increase your income? And I felt like, whack. You know, it hurt. What am I doing now to increase my income? As a matter of fact, what are you guys doing now to increase your income? Because chances are, you don't have a plan. Chances are, no one's guided you through that process. Huh? Unbelievable, but it's true. The majority of us don't have a plan. The majority of us don't know a thing about what we're supposed to do. And when I sat in those seats, I came with an open mind. I was ready to take in whatever knowledge was going to come my way. I was expecting it just to be a meeting about investing. But this was much more than a meeting. I didn't expect it to change my life, to change the way I act, and to actually enhance the purpose that I was seeking in my life. If any of you think that the message I'm about to give you might impact you, embrace it. Because it is a beautiful message. And I hope that whatever I say and you portray that I'm saying, you believe in it. You achieve it, you desire it, and every day you do something to achieve it. So here we are, World Financial Group, where our mission is to help people from all walks of life build a better future. Can it be any more complicated? Absolutely not. Don't you want a better future? John? Of course, we all want a better future. Don't we want a better future for our families and our friends? How about our finances, huh? Consider these three questions. Do you know someone who could benefit from this message? This message can help someone. Can this information help you or your family financially? Because all we want is a better lifestyle, don't we? I mean, don't you want a better lifestyle? Don't you want to be able to travel? And three, are you intrigued by this business? See, this business is unbelievable. And the things I expect to do within the next few months are blowing me out of the water. It's blowing my mind as well. Now, have you heard of Aegon? Aegon is our parent company, and they are located in the Netherlands. They have been around for 200 years. 200 years! Has anyone here been around 200 years? Are you sure? Think about it. Don't take a guess. Think about it. Because anyone who's been around 200 years has strength, just as this says on the display. Strength. So, Aegon, about 20 years ago, 1999, decided they wanted to come into the U.S. And they purchased into Transamerica. Has anyone here heard of Transamerica? You have. Great. And I can tell you that Transamerica has been around for about 100 years, and they're located in California. And their purpose is to help families as well build a better future. Isn't that sweet? It's not only our company, but Transamerica as well, and Aegon as well, helping people build a better future for their families. So Transamerica has purchased into our broker-dealer company, World Financial Group. And here we are, the clowns that we may be to you, trying to come your way and introduce you to a lifestyle that everyone desires, but no one knows where to start. How about right here in this room? Huh? That's why I'd say it's a great day and a great evening to have you all here to watch this clown perform. Now, have you heard of Amazon? Amazon, what do they sell? Carlos? Clothing? John, what do they sell? Electronics, mobile, furniture, kitchenware, you name it. They sell it all. Where we're similar to Amazon in that we don't sell you one product. We have many products. We don't have any products that are called Amazon or World Financial Group in this case. But we do tend to have Pacific Life. Has anyone heard of Pacific Life? Have you heard of Nationwide? What's the jingle to Nationwide, Jose? Nationwide is on your side, pal. Prudential, Transamerica, Voya. Transamerica has a platform unbelievable to many people once we introduce it. But give me a few minutes. Hold on. Hold your horses. I'll get to that in a minute. Now, our mission and vision is that no family is left behind. Why? Because family A, which is about 95% of the population, is composed of those who earn an income of 100K or less, have a job, have a 401k plan, but don't know what it is. Do you know what it is, a 401k plan? Hold on, I'll get to that in a moment. Have term life insurance, term life insurance. I'll get that in a moment too. Rent a home, put money in the bank, have credit card debt that is excessive. I know, and I'm certain you guys know someone with credit card debt that is excessive. Don't you? Don't you know someone? Are you sure? Yep, you see? Raise your hands. Got it. Minimal tax advantages. What are those? Hold on, I'll get to that in a moment. Don't get ahead of me. No advisor, no plan. The majority of the population is found in this group. They either make $8,000 a month for 100K or make under that. And how are you managing in your lifestyle? Do you have a chance to take a vacation every year? Well, most of the people don't. They take it every 2 years, 3 years, because they don't have a plan. Don't you know anyone who takes yearly vacations? You do. Do you know people who can't afford to take yearly vacations? Yep, you guys, I do as well. I mean, that's the way America is run this day. Most people do not take regular vacations. That's how it is. Now, imagine you had $10,000 saved up. What do? Well, in family B, where we'd like to get you all in there, they make an average of $250K or more a year. They usually own a business. They have permanent life insurance compared to term life insurance. They are homeowners. They don't rent. They have a diversified portfolio. They are usually debt-free or have manageable debt. Don't we all want to have manageable debt that we can pay off every month? It would change everyone's world. I'm certain about that. Maximize tax advantage and have a financial advisor or a professional to help them set a GPS goal of where they want to get from where they are and where they want to get to. So how are you increasing your income right now? This is a small percentage of the population that is considered to be 5% of the population, pretty much. Now, these people make on average, on a monthly basis, 20 grand a month. Who here would be interested in making 20 grand a month? All. Anyone here? Huh? Why didn't you raise your hand? Ah, you were sleeping. Caught you. I know. I'm sorry. I'm a little boring up here. But I'm trying to make my best here, right? I can do a little song and dance, but, to defeat my purpose here. All right? So, now, if you had $10,000 saved, this is what we offer. We can protect it for you. We have a platform to build a foundation so that your $10,000 is not just saved in the home, it's not just saved in a bank, or it's not just in a 401k, but it's in a platform that is protected and that it will grow. Don't you want your money to grow? Don't you want it to double? Don't you want it to triple? I mean, I want as much as I can, don't you? Well, Lenny, yep, you're right. We all want it to double. We all want it to double. Well, that's what we offer. How about keeping it safe? Because you don't want to lose it. In the stock market, you might lose it. Or in your 401k, you might lose it as well. Huh? These are not vessels that are properly investments. These are vessels for other reasons. How about tax advantage? You see, when you have a tax advantage, Uncle Sam can't come after you that easily. So if I can help you save 30 or 40% on what Uncle Sam charges you, isn't that already a gain in your pocket? Well, come on. I'm going to focus on these next few slides coming up on these four cornerstones that we have here. Why? Because we all need to learn how to save money. Risks. Financial foundation. Now, we offer disability insurance. Why? Because a lot of us who get into our 60s won't be able to depend on Social Security for either disability insurance or long-term care. How many people do you know this day and age who need disability and long-term care? Now they're barely meeting their needs because Social Security has cut down. They have cut down, and they're going to cut much, much more. So get ready to be snipped. Get ready to not depend on Social Security. Retirement is such an important factor in our lives. Most of us don't prepare for it until it's approaching us like that, right? So, life insurance. When you think of life insurance, what's the first word that comes to your mind? And it starts with a D. Not because I'm David, but starts with a D. What is it? William? Death. That's the first word that people think about. Why? Because most people think of life insurance as a death policy, as no benefit to them, but to their families, to their kids, to their relatives. Huh? This is where most people fit this day and age. Can you believe that? Huh? Now, what types of life insurance are there out there? What types of life insurance are there for you? Well, we have one that creates a living benefit. Creates a living benefit. It means you can access it while you're alive. Whoopee! You can access it while you're alive. Supplement retirement income. It can fortify whatever Social Security is going to give you. You can fortify it. So you don't have to just depend on one source, but you can depend on the source of your backup source. You're actually your main source. Because whatever you do with your money, that's what you are dependent upon in your lifestyle. Cover education expenses, replace income for dependents, pay final expenses. Who's going to cover your final expenses? Your family members? You want that burden to really go to them? Do you really want them to have to shell out 10, 20 grand, maybe even 30 grand? Because who knows? You might not want to just get buried in any coffin. You might want something luxurious. Well, think about that. Create an inheritance for your heirs. Pay federal and state taxes. Create a source of savings. Provide funds for charitable contributions. How many people here like to give to their church, to an institution, to an organization that helps out and feeds America or the hungry or all in one? I love to give because every time I give, I know I'm helping someone out. That's the foundation we help people here build. Now, term life insurance. Term life insurance is a policy that starts today and within 10 to 30 years, ends. And every dollar you've put in, you don't see again. If you don't die within that time, if you're not terminally ill, you're not going to see that money, chances are. Chances are you're not going to see it. But we offer a special platform. We offer permanent life insurance. Permanent life insurance is so that you, when you invest $100 or $1,000 or whatever it may be a month, your money is in a safe investment. You will get to see it if you get to retirement age. You will get to have some fun with that money. And on top of that, your family is well protected because you still manage to keep an insurance policy. Isn't that sweet? Huh? Can you imagine that? Compound interest. Now, have you heard of the rule of 72? No? Well, the rule of 72 is basically how you divide the interest rate you receive into 72, and it'll show you how many years it takes for your $10,000 investment to be doubled. Wouldn't you like to double your money? Well, let's see how it works. So 1% into 72, at the age of 29, you put $10,000 in. 72 years later, you get $20,000. Is that sweet? No, it's not. Because by the time you're 101, chances are you'll be buried. Or you might be alive. You might be one of those lucky few who are still alive. But $20,000, that's peanuts. I don't want $20,000 return. Now, if you have an investment at 4%, every 18 years it doubles. Every 18 instead of 72. That's a little bit better. So at 29, you put 10,000. At 47, you have 20. At 65, you'll have 40 grand. How about at 6%? Every 12 years. That sounds a little bit better, huh? At 29, you put 10. At 41, you'll have 20. At 65, you'll have 80 grand. Is that better? Anyone want to purchase that right away? Hold on. Sit down. I've got something better for you. And it is 10%. Every 7.2 years, you get your money doubled. So by the time you're 65, guess what? Who here doesn't want to have a 30 times return on their $10,000? You get a whopping $320,000 by investing 10 grand at the age of 29. Tax-free, safe, it grows, and it is protected. Need I say more? Yeah, I didn't think so. But it gets better than this. It gets better than this because you have options. Options. Well, money grows in different formats. See, most people invest in a bank account. In a bank account, how much of an interest rate do you get? Lena? 1%? Well, yeah, 1%. Let's work with 1%, right? You get 1%. So at 1%, how much does your money grow on a yearly basis? If you put $100 in, you'll get $1 for that year. And the following year, you'll get $1.01. In the following year, you'll get $1.02 probably. Is that good investment? I don't think so. But how about variable? It's just like a roller coaster ride where you're going up and down hills, around curves, coming back up and down again. Would you like your money to be up high today and tomorrow at a loss? And then the next day up high again and then down at a loss? That's risky. And chances are most of you don't have enough money to invest, to risk an investment in that type of vehicle. So let me show you one other type of investment. Indexed. That's what we offer here. Indexed universal life insurance. This vessel, when money goes up and the stock market goes down, it locks in. It locks in right there. Whoops. Sorry. Let's see. Whoop. There we go. So, sorry about that. I forgot my touch screen is touch screen. So, there we go. The index, it's locked in. And then when it locks in, while the market's down, it keeps locked in at that rate. And if it goes back up, then your money goes up. and then it locks in again if it goes down, and it locks in and it stays at that rate until it's ready to go up again. So your money is continuously growing or doesn't go below what you're already making. Isn't that sweet? Does this sound like rocket science? No, it's not rocket science. It's that we have had the lack of information because we don't learn this in school. Don't expect to learn this in school unless, you have some miracle way of paying some high-end boarding school 30 grand a month. Chances are they're still not going to teach it, but you never know. You might as well, if you have that money to invest, you might as well invest it, or your parents invested for you, right? Huh? So how would you like your money to grow? Would you like it to be fixed, just like a EKG measures your heart and you're dead? Or would you like it to be like a heart attack, where your EKG would be measured on an abnormal heart rate? Or would you like it to be indexed, where it will grow, it will be safe, it will be protected and tax advantaged? Need I say more? Now let's talk about risk. Now let's say you put $100 in the stock market and it drops 50%. How much is left, Leonora? $50. That's right, $50. That's how much is left. Now let's say the stock market goes up 50%. How much is left? Mariella? 100? No. Anybody else? Junior? 75. Yes, that's right. If it goes up 50%, it only gains $75. Why? Because you're not starting out with 100 anymore. It's already gone down to 50. So only half of 50 is what makes it back up, which is 25. So in order to gain your full invested amount back, you'd have to see 100% gain, an extra 50%. So 100%. When have you seen the stock market go up 100%? Lisette? Never. But you never know. If you're around long enough, I'd say the next 1,000 years possibly could double. You never know. Now, how about money? How does money get taxed? How does your money get taxed? Well, there are 3 ways your money is going to get taxed. You can have it taxed now, which most people don't have it that way unless you're paying for items at the grocery store or wherever you're buying it. But most people have it taxed later. Why do they have it taxed later? Because those who are making under 100K jump into a 401k plan, and at that time when they have kids and are married, most probably, that's the best time to take advantage of your taxes. Most people don't take advantage of the taxes that time. They're not told that they should take advantage of the taxes at that time. Why? Because it benefits your companies to invest in a 401k for the tax benefits that they have, the advantages that they have as a company. So if you set up your company, you have a secret right there already revealed. Sorry, don't tell this to everyone because not everybody knows this. But if you were to have your money taxed now at whatever rate it is, let's say, I don't know, if you have 2 kids and a wife, guessing 25% instead of 40% later. Yeah, 40%. And God forbid you die, because if you die, your tax is much higher. How about tax advantage? See, a Roth IRA offers a tax advantage because it's taxed now. However, we offer an insurance policy with an accumulation of your cash. Yep, that's right. Your money accumulates as your policy accumulates. And it's tax advantaged, just like the 4 cornerstones. You keep it protected, it will grow, it's safe, and it has tax advantages. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's right. That's why I love these investments, because you are risk-free, you're able to sleep better, you can have your cup of coffee or tea, you can relax, you can go and play some golf while your money is working hard for you. It's not working hard for me. See, most people's money, they are slaves to their money. They owe credit cards. But this is the vessel you guys need to get to the next level, right? Now, needs. What kind of needs do we have? We have a need for cash flow. We need to pay bills. If money's not rolling in, how are we going to pay for bills, huh? But how about an emergency fund? Who here knows what an emergency fund is? Huh? Yes? Yeah. An emergency fund is used for an emergency. There's no better word for it. There's no better word for it. But are you prepared to have an emergency fund that will last you 3 to 6 months? 3 to 6 months. Can you believe it? You need that because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We don't know if you're going to be injured and not be able to work anymore. How's your family going to feed itself? Are you going to send your wife and your kids off to work? I don't think so. I mean, I'd be screaming out my head if that were ever to happen. So we've got to make that plan. We've got to make that plan. Another need that we have is debt management. Most of us don't have a plan to get out of debt. We can help you with that. We're here to help people meet a better financial future. Don't every one of you want to have a better financial future? Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Huh? Proper protection. You have these $10,000 saved to invest on a yearly basis or whatever it is. It could be $50,000. Whatever the amount is, you have to make sure it's protected against a loss. You have to be certain that your family assets are well preserved. How about building wealth? Don't you want to know that it's accumulating? Huh? Don't you want to know that it's doubling? Yeah, because we all needed to build. Professional money management. That's what we offer here. Professional money management. Who's interested in professional money management? Hold on. Not there yet. Preserving wealth. Reduce taxes. If you can reduce your taxes, your income will be higher. Your money will be higher. Everything is high. Yep, that's right. Build a family legacy. Timing is everything. You see, in the 1940s, the baby boom years. Do you know what the baby boom years were? No? This is between 1946 and 1964, 78 million babies were born. And timing is everything in the sense that what business would have taken off as soon as these babies started to come around? What business? Huh? Gerber, think of Gerber. What business would they have been involved in? Baby food. Yes, thank you, Jose. Baby food. So around the 1940s, baby food boomed. And then Gerber went from selling 600 units of baby food a week to about 600,000. Now tell me, do you know anyone who would have benefited from this, who's wealthy today? I didn't think so, because if you did, you probably wouldn't be sitting here. What next? After they grow up from being a baby, they need toys. Do you know anyone who benefited from toys, from the toy industry? Mattel, Hasbro, and a few other companies? No, I didn't think so. What was the next thing to boom? As these guys were becoming teenagers and girls, they wanted fast food. The fast food industry started to develop. McDonald's, Burger Kings, your Wendy's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, you name it, the fast food industry started to explode. Boom! Yep. Believe it or not, it was an explosion. And timing is everything. If you weren't around, guess what? You didn't benefit from that boom. Next, as they got older, they wanted cars. And they started to get their own cars. And the car industry started to expand. Do you know anyone in this car sales industry? I know one person, but I have no benefit. Can you believe that? No benefit. That's why we're here, right? But then what came after the cars? They started to get married and have kids. And what did they need? Real estate industry started to boom. This was in the 70s and 80s. The best time to purchase a house or rent an apartment, chances are, for those of you who are rent stabilized and rent controlled. Why? Because buying a home signified stability, signified a foundation for your family. Those who were involved in real estate, selling real estate, benefited from this boom. Now, after the real estate, guess what industry started to develop? Well, think about it. After they have a home and they're all settled in, now they're ready to retire. So now we're up to the retirement age. All right? So guess what the needs are? Some of these people have bank accounts. Some of these people have money and they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to manage it. Well, hello. That's what we're here for, to help them manage it. We're here to help them achieve their financial GPS. We are here to educate them on proper financing, on annuities, on life insurance, and other products that are available to their needs. Now, right after the baby boom years, in 1965 to 1994, the Generation X and Millennials were born. And this was an extra 112 million babies. So now we're talking about 200 million babies or people in the U.S. Can you imagine accessing that many people? Now, our industry is having a third of our agents, because we're not secret agents, but we are agents. We are active agents. We are loud. We are educatable. We are coachable agents. Why? Because in the next 4 years, there will be an estimated 200,000 life insurance agents retiring, financial advisors retiring. That's about, in the 50 United States, that's about 4,000 people per state. And just here alone, we have about 200 agents that are licensed. So we have kind of a huge room to fill, right? 3,800 people short within the next 4 years. So I think there's an opportunity in here to grow, to expand. Isn't there? John, you're right. We have space to expand. We have opportunities available. This is a unique business platform. Why? Because there is no 9-to-5 job. You don't have to sign up full time. You can start part-time, dedicate 3 to 5 hours a week. There's no financial experience needed, because most of us here have no idea where we're going with our finances, much less managing our credit card debt, much less managing our $10,000 that we'd like to get into a proper investment. But we have an equal opportunity. It doesn't matter where you're from, if you're yellow, white, black, green, blue, whatever color it may be, pink, purple, you name it. We embrace you. We bring you as family. We make you into a machine that is able to educate and serve the community, families. Doesn't this interest you? Compensation. Here's where the fun stuff starts. Because everybody wants to know, how do you get paid? I want to know how I get paid. What's the catch? Well, you can create personal income. If you visit 4 families a month, 4, and each one takes out a $200 investment, that gives you $4,300 a month, which is about almost $52,000. Isn't that sweet? That's just to start. That's just to start. 4 families. Can you imagine if you do 8 families? That's $8,600. But not only that, that if you grow, if you become a senior marketing director, now your income is not only $4,300, but now those same 4 families, you get 80% back on that same investment, which turns into just about $7,700. Now we're talking, right? Yearly, that's $92,000. That's a little bit better, right? And that's part-time. 4 families, part-time. Where else in the world are you going to find a job that you're going to be able to work on your own hours, that you're going to be able to go out there and educate people and meet people in their homes? Where else? Well, right here. You're looking at the platform right here. Agency income. What is agency income? As you grow your business, you have the opportunity to mentor and coach associates. That's what we do. We love it with a passion to help people, to coach people. As these associates write new business, you earn a portion of the overall commission. Now, override, that's another investment. Why? Now, let's say you sign up 4 people, and these people, 5 people, and each of these sells to 4 families a month. Now, you're not only making the $4,000, you're making $17,000 a month just on their sales. Doesn't that sound better? And it adds up to, in a year, $200,000 a year if it were done 12 months out of the year. Wow. Where else can you find a business like that? Where else can you be employed and told that you have the opportunity to expand like that? Some people manage to gain this within a year's time. Some people it takes 2 to 3 years' time. But if you knew you could do it in that amount of time, doesn't it interest you? Huh? I mean, I'm here. I can tell you for a fact that each and every one of us that is here knows how powerful this message is. Compensation. You can have more compensation, yes. You can expand. You can have your own business set up. You can get bonuses. Bonuses, yes. When was the last time you guys heard of bonuses? Who here has gotten a bonus? Nobody. I rarely get a bonus. Maybe I get a tip, but I don't get a bonus. Jeez. In this economy, how are you going to get a bonus? Recurring income. Huh? Recurring income aside from the business you bring in. That's unbelievable. And you have higher levels to get to. You can make, there's no limit on what you can make. If you just want to make $500,000 a year, and your business is growing, send the rest my way. I'll take it. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. You can be nice. We're here to share. But there are people who make just under 10 million in our company. Under 10 million. And you can be one of those. We're not looking for everybody to sign up. We're looking for those few who are dedicated, disciplined, and have a desire and a passion as well as a dream to achieve. We are now in recognition of all these people. We give out trophies. We give out rings. We give out plaques. We send them on vacations, as you can see in some of these pictures. Don't you want to go and do the merengue as you're making that money and making it come in, huh? I know I do. I know I love it, huh? Trips. And how about the opportunity of coming out on some magazines like Forbes magazine? Wouldn't that be a sweet deal? Expansion. We have offices in Florida, in Connecticut, in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, in Hackensack, New Jersey, in Encino, California. Where would you like to open an office? Yeah, I know you do. But you've got to come in. You've got to stay here for a while and be coachable and learn the process so that the process works for you. Now, what are your next steps? Well, if you remember at the beginning, I asked you 3 questions. Who do you know who could benefit from our message? Could this information help you or your family? And are you intrigued by this business? Because the first thing is becoming a client. Get your complimentary financial needs analysis before you leave here. I'm going to hand out these sheets so that you can fill them out and find out more about this business. But if you'd like to start a business, your own business, part-time or full-time, you can do either one, whatever works for you, because we don't want to have you leave your job where you're comfortable receiving your salary. We want you to create your future, one step at a time, one day at a time, one person at a time, learning, growing in the right methods with the proper advice from a coach. Now listen in. How many of you know millionaires? 1 millionaire. Raise your hands. Nobody. I know millionaires. I know a few. If you have them in your circle, they help you to grow. And in our circle here at this platform, our millionaires help us to grow. So this sheet that I'm giving you here is our next steps. If you want to grow next to a millionaire who knows what they have to do and knows how to coach you in proper steps to getting to the next level, you've come to the right place. Fill out these sheets if you want to become part of a circle of millionaires. If you want to become part of an opportunity of a lifetime. Why? Because it doesn't take much to get in here. You don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. You just have to make a commitment, and you have a little investment that will go a long way. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this talk, because in any other method, in any other opportunity, this is the one that was presented to you. The others are for other people. Enjoy it, because it could be somebody else's opportunity. We don't know if you will qualify, But the first thing you should do is fill out that paper, and then the person who brought you here will get right back to you. Take care, have a great evening, and thank you for the opportunity to be your clown this evening, all right?